Hello, hello. We're playing Imperator Rome again. Sorry, that's been a few days since we touched on this one, but been a busy boy. Anyways, in the meantime, between us finishing up in Egypt last time and now, I've been preparing for war with the Parthians. Been positioning armies. We actually recruited a couple new armies. The army of Canaan, the army of Lower Egypt, just to kind of be provincial guards for these areas, and the army of Assyria, which we have over here. It's going to be participating in the war over there. We've been shoring up road systems and working on our many cities and such. But most importantly, our great wonder, the beacon of Lysimachia, is almost done. It'll be done next year. That'll be very excellent. But for now, I think it's about time for us to kick it off with the Parthians. So let's take everybody off of drill. And in fact, I'm going to have you, the army of Cappadocia Taurica, come up behind the army of Assyria to back them up, since they're the smallest one. And we did hire one group of mercenaries, just in case we need some quick disposable cannon fodder. And they are actually at war with Herat and Kandara right now. So they're a little distracted. Good. And we're going to make Susiana the war goal. Good. Let's go ahead and get to occupying. Actually, I'm gonna have you just sit right there for now. I'm gonna have you come and control the pass here till we know where their armies are at, and we can score at least one good decisive battle. I'm gonna be a little bit cautious and just start securing the war goal and, a few other border provinces. Oh, this man needs to get married. $38, $28. I can give you the 28-year-old. How about that? We did lose a couple of our imports due to those being with the Parthians. It's always the camels. It's always the dang camels that we're losing. No, we will not be giving mill access, whoever just asked for it. Alright, good. That's the war goal province. All occupied. I'm actually going to pull you back here to Alexandria Susia. Like I said, at least until we know where their armies are at, I don't want to overextend. No reason why we can't have a lovely little siege. Just a lovely little siege, though. Come on, just a little siege as a treat. Okay, there we go. They've hired some mercenaries. Let them get locked in. Crush them. Army of Syria should be more than enough to handle these idiots. Yeah, absolutely decisively crushed. Alright, that siege is done. Let's go occupy that provincial capital and let's start spreading them out a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright. Well, those mercenaries are still going to be wandering about, so we don't want to go too crazy, but honestly at this point we've occupied a good portion of the border and we can afford to extend a little further in. This is a thing with me in map games, man. I always play really cautiously in wars. Because when I don't, I always get slapped down and then I look like a fool. Except EU4, I go nuts in EU4. EU4 is like the one exception. EU4 I play really aggressive, but maybe that's just the comfort of having almost 1,000 hours in that game versus like 150 in this game. Brilliant, another siege Dunskies. Yeah, no one's gonna attack you off of that siege. If they do, they're foolish. Well, if we can siege down all these fortresses, that's pretty much the war. Send the mercenaries over to draw a little ire, perhaps. No, I meant to select you. There we go. We're gonna keep the national citizen output, Omen, so that we continue to just make ridiculous amounts of money. Money. Okay, you can move up to shush, then. Yeah, I'm not dealing with tutoring right now. We got bigger fish to fry. We got different fries to fish. I'd like you to go siege Atropatkan, actually. Salt, salt, salt. Everybody wants their salt. The Romans especially always want their salt. And you know what? Good for them. They're willing to pay a pretty penny for it. I'll sell it to them. Oh wow, these sieges are going quick. It probably helps that we have lots of engineers. We have most of the siege innovation tree done. And we put engineers and even ballistas on a lot of these armies. Well, all the armies have at least some engineers, but some of them, a few of them have ballistas. Ballistae, rather. saying ballistas just doesn't quite sound right, does it? Oh. You know, I expected the Parthians to fight me in more than one battle. Honestly. But, we might actually see them fight, considering they just pieced out of the other war that they were in. I'm good on stability, thank you. Still no Parthian armies in sight. I mean, if you're just gonna let me occupy 90% of your country, I'm not going to resist. I'm not going to say, "Oh no, I'll leave you alone and let you get your shit together." No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's not how this works. This is war. Alright. That one done sieged. We'll siege these fortresses and then occupy that provincial capital. They seem to be both, yep, they're both level 1 forts, so won't take long. Won't take long. This is just a very silly war. Honestly, at this point it's just a little wacky that they would give all this up so easily. We better get to sieging this little southern bit too, and they got 2 forts down there. Yeah, it's not like, it'd be one thing if they put up a great fight and, yeah, this was at least decently hard fought, but we fought literally one battle against them, and it was against their mercenaries. Like, jeez, pathetic showing. Pathetic showing. Of course, we always get one that gets stuck on like 49% and keeps rolling over. Come on. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, there we go. Enemy spotted. Give chase. This is their actual armies too, not mercenaries. We're definitely not going to catch that 2K. Not like this. Not like this. So really, what we need to do is intercept them somewhere. You're not doing anything. Okay, I was actually literally just about to say if this siege could finish up, we could trap them in here. Then lo and behold, it just works out like that. Now they are gonna manage to unsiege that provincial capital, but I think by then the trap is pretty much gonna be sprung. They're gonna be well and trapped in here. I'll deal with people needing to get married later. We lost another one. People been dropping from our main family like flies lately. We actually ended up with a weird succession. Not too long before we started here. What happened was that our king died, and then, or excuse me, our heir died, and our king was like 74 years old. But he had like 3 younger brothers, so then he died, and the oldest brother inherited, and then proceeded to die without having any kids. And then, so his younger brother then inherited, and we went through like 6 rulers in like 2 years. It was crazy. But we got through it just fine, and actually ended up with a pretty good king who has sons. Oh, there we go. One good wipe is usually all it takes. So let's figure out how much we can take from this here. We're definitely going to want to take a lot. Oh, of course, that'd be 1 war score. Too much here. Let me screw around with this for a minute, and then once we've got a piece ready to go, we'll be back. Alright, after a little bit of finagling about, we got a peace deal settled here that they will accept. They're gonna have a little exclave over here, and they will retain all of this out here. Actually, those all immediately broke away. Excellent. Well, we will get all of our armies unexiled and all that. You're the army of Assyria. We're gonna send you fairly close to home here. Cilicia is dealing with those rebels. The army of Asia. Well, you're in Asia. You can go ahead and head back to kinda home territory here. Same with Cappadocia, Taurica, just general area, and mercenaries can go bye-bye. We didn't really need them in the first place, but, you know, it's good insurance that is easy for us to afford. We once again add quite a bit of space to the Thracian Empire here. Oof. We just love losing a bunch of money. Alright, we're gonna get a lot of integration speed from this and move a bunch of I almost said Mesopotamian, Macedonian pops to Babylon. That's very good. Very good indeed. Now, we've conquered all this, and we've really not gotten that far in this tree. And a lot of that is because we need certain treasures, or for this one, we need all 27 Alexandrias, which some of them are quite far out here. Some of them are straight up in India, and a couple of them are owned by, like, Tibet. So it'll be a while before we can take all of them. Yeah, there's none in Egypt that we've not conquered and all that. We gonna catch these slaves here, buddy? How about we catch that slave army? How about that? That province can be occupied for a minute. I need you to crush them so that another one of these doesn't happen. Come on, silly goose. There we go. Now you can go unoccupy that. Very silly. Very silly. And that should be all of our armies quote-unquote exiled, except for this guy. The army of Syria. Why don't you hang out down here? Because I think we could probably mop at least these two up. I don't really care about expanding up into this one. Mopping these two guys up would probably be smart, wouldn't it? If we could get claims on them real quick, but we've got claims on so much that it almost seems silly to be going about fabricating right now. Because we really took basically no aggressive expansion from that war. That was extremely, extremely good. We didn't take basically any aggressive expansion. We gained a massive chunk of Persia. All well and good. But we've got to start deciding. Geez, Rome had another little rebel breakaway state. They are not having a good time. But we will deal with them, well, in good time. We've got to think, how long is our truce with them? So 633. So we've got 8 years of truce. We do need to build up a little bit more of roads and all that. We'll probably just wait out the truce and go to war with Parthia again and just snipe more of it, honestly. That's really, right now, our best option. Do I actually have claims on any of them, any of their provinces? No, I do not. And I'm guessing not for Armenia either. Nope. Nope. So we're going to at least, unless an opportunity presents itself, we're just going to build up roads for a while and wait out the truce and prepare. We'll be back. Alright, something interesting finally happening. While we're still building roads and expanding armies out here, the Great Wonder, the Beacon of Lysimachia, is done. That gives us massive amounts of population capacity and population growth in our capital province. For the entire empire, it gives 15% supply limit and minus 8% legion maintenance cost. It also gives us minus 15% aggressive expansion impact and 7.5% less war score cost. So very, very nice. But we've still got about 5 more years before our truce is up with Parthia. However, I think we're going to bring the army of Cappadocia Taurica back real quick, because we could actually just declare war on Carensis now to take the remainder of this province. Maravan and Rushakanili would come in, but I'm not scared of them, like, at all. So we're gonna go ahead and bring the army up here, and we'll bring the army of Mesopotamia up here. And then as soon as we are ready to go on that war, we will be right back. Alrighty, we've returned. We got the army of Cappadocia Taurica and the army of Mesopotamia here, ready to go to war with these three. So let's go ahead and do it right to it here. Not gonna waste any time. Let's get to crushing these imbeciles. So we can have nice clean borders. Not a bunch of microstates sitting on them. Oh, I thought that siege was gonna pop there for some reason. Come on. Pop early. Nope. I'm complaining like we're like we aren't just sieging super quickly, all things considered. With, 2,000 engineers in this one, 2,000 engineers and 2 units of ballista in this one, and it's just no question. Oh, they do actually have an army. Whole 2,000 men. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy and all. Have you heard of getting full sieged? Oh, I've been getting a lot of bad money events lately. Like I say, like I'm not making a bajillion per month anyways. I'm getting $999 zillion per month, alright? Imports, imports, imports. It's always the dang imports. Whatever, import something at least. Import something. Stop bothering me about it. And that war's done and dusted. I think we'll take these two and leave the rest. Brilliant. Now we gotta pick out another military tradition. I gotta look through and see what we're gonna take, so we'll be right back. Alright, in the Levantine maritime traditions, I think we're going to go down this line next and get more heavy infantry stat boosts. Because, well, several of the armies that we've been using now, we're using heavy infantry rather than heavy spearmen. So that would be beneficial. We've got a lot more road building to do, and we've still got a few more years before the truce is up with Parthia. So we'll be back when either we have something more to report or we're ready for another war with the Parthians. Alright, while we've been continuing to build roads, which is coming along quite nicely, we did get a free innovation. So we're going to go ahead and take servile bondage for the citizen output and monthly political influence, mostly for the monthly political influence. And let's just let those roads keep a-building and, yeah. Keep waiting out the truce. We've got about 4 years. Yep, we got about 4 years left. So we'll see if anything crazy happens between now and then. Alright, the truce is up. We've built up our roads. We've got our armies in position and everything. The army of Assyria, being the smallest, will hold back in Chawana here as reserves in case somebody squeezes on through. So we're going to go ahead and quit drilling, everybody. We're going back to war. This time we are going to make Hyrcania the war goal. This will be easy and quick for us to take. Go ahead and queue up some troop movements here and let's get it started. Now we're at war with more than 2 of their so-called vassals this time. A whole 3 of them joined. But I don't think that'll be much of a problem for us, honestly. I think I'm not going to overestimate them this time. Considering the shameful display they put up last time. That was quite a shameful display. Quite a shameful display indeed. Alright. Momentarily here we will have the war goal siege down. Saringi and the provincial capital of Hyrcania. Alright. That's the war goal. We just gotta hold it. Got a siege going here in Komish. Another siege down in the south in Pathragada. Speaking of the siege of Komish, it is now over. Go siege down their capital just for the sake of it. Beautiful. We love to see these sieges going quickly. Parsa and Persis will also be quickly sneeded down. And honestly, we were holding 2 armies now in reserve just because, well, there's no reason to fully commit when they're even weaker than they were in the last war. Why would I fully commit to all my forces to this when I know they're not going to put up as big of a fight as they did last time, and last time they didn't put up a fight at all. Doesn't that seem kinda silly? Doesn't that seem a little wacky? Don't you feel silly? Beautiful, beautiful. Another siege done. And an oratory advance. Let's go ahead and take that Polybius Square. Much higher diplomatic reputation and a little bit of diplomatic range. Not that the diplomatic range really matters for us that much, but more diplo rep is never a bad thing. We lost an admiral to old age. Look at this Giga Chad. Absolute unit. Alright. Well, really a handful more sieges and this war is going to be done and dusted. They're already at 43%, where we still haven't encountered a single army. They're probably fighting up here somewhere. They are straight up not having a good time. In fact, I can put both of you back on drilling. If we see another army to get rid of, we'll burn that bridge when we come to it, as I'm always saying. Beautiful. And speaking of enemy armies, there is one now, 12,000 men. So let's begin to give chase. We'll hunt them for sport. See if we can cut them off here. Oh, there's another one. Where are you going, little mercenaries and levies? Where do you think you're going? No, 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 no. You're not getting away so easily. Oh wow, they actually stopped. Those absolute buffoons. Those absolute fools. What are they doing? Unceremoniously wiped out. Same with these ones. Ooh, jeez. That was quite a highlight there for a second. Doesn't look like we're gonna catch these guys as easily. Oh, never mind. Never mind, I spoke too soon. We're catching them. At least 7,000 of them. You know, if that was supposed to be a purposeful rearguard action, why did you leave over half of your army to be sacrificed? Just saying. Doesn't seem like a sound strategy. Don't you feel silly? See if we can kind of brap trap this guy here. See if we can corner him like a rat. All right. Yet another siege. These guys still just squirming about. 5,000 men. Not exactly the most massive threat ever, but enough to be annoying. Definitely enough to be annoying. You gonna finish that siege anytime there, bud? Yeah, he's just gonna keep running. We'll keep having an army give chase. Actually, he's running right into a fort, which is exactly what we would like him to do. Let's run right into a fort and get stuck. Gotcha trapped now, buddy. We got you trapped now. And, I mean, we're at 93% war score anyways. It's not like you're going to just suddenly win. I'm sorry, you and your 5,000 men are not going to turn it around like plucky underdogs against my, well over 100k wandering around your country sieging. I just don't think that's realistic. And so the army of Cappadocia Taurica is going to ensure that you don't need to see the end of Parthia. We're just gonna make sure you don't see that. We're gonna make sure you go to the long nine before that is finished. It's a mercy, really. And here they go. Jeez, we were having governors and researchers and everything. Everybody's getting old and dropping like flies. We're having like a generational purge here. We're getting rid of our boomers. Oh, the battle didn't even last a day. Ripping pepperonis, you died as you lived, pathetically. Well, 99% war score. I'm gonna see what we can do for a peace deal here, and I'll be back once we're ready to peace out. Alright, this is what our peace deal is gonna look like here. We take all but a handful of provinces from them. Look at those nice clean borders. 99.9% of Persia now under our control. You love to see it. You love to see it. Very beautiful indeed. The Thracian Empire has grown much larger, though we're going to have a lot of work to do, a lot of roads to build, governors to assign, 3 governors to assign actually. We'll just take whoever's best in class here, though most of them seem like they kind of suck. Huh. It is what it is. But it'll probably be, yet again, at least 3-4 days before the next episode of this, unfortunately. Things have been quite busy, with the baby and everything. I'm having to record in the evenings. My baby is great, but he is, reached the age of being very much a busybody, and I have to watch him like a hawk. There's no way I can have 30 minutes to an hour at a time uninterrupted to do this stuff during the day, at least during the week. But, you know, we're making do. We're making it happen either way. So thanks everybody for coming by. Be sure to leave a like, maybe even a comment, and maybe even subscribe. And we'll be back soon with some more stuff. Catch you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.